Let's begin with the most important truth about modernization. You cannot modernize what you cannot see. Most organizations know their systems, but very few have actually mapped them clearly. When I say mapping, I do not mean listing applications. I mean actually understanding what systems you have, how they talk to each other, what breaks, what blocks AI, what blocks cloud, what is costing money silently, and what slows your business down. Let me give you a real example here. A multi country retail chain believed they had 12 core systems. When we mapped everything, they actually had 37 systems. Some shadow IT systems, some built by external vendors, some duplicated systems, and some integrations that were created 8 years ago and were never documented. When the CIO saw the full map, he literally said, "Now I understand why nothing moves fast." Modernization always starts with visibility. If you do not know your landscape, you'll make the wrong investment, pick the wrong path, and depend on the wrong assumption. AI, low code, cloud, none of them work well if the foundation is unclear. Mapping gives you the clarity to make smart decisions. And to make this easy, let's look at the modernization, a simple four box model. This is not technical, by the way. This is not theory also. This is real tool used by CIOs and CTOs to get clarity fast. Let's go box by box. Box number one is systems and applications. This is the simple inventory of your ERP, CRM, HR systems, portals, mobile apps, internal tools. But here's the key, don't list everything here. List only what matters to the business. A bank we worked with found that 60% of their systems were not critical. They were optional, legacy, or duplicated. This alone cut their modernization scope in almost half. Second box is integration and data flow. Most modernization fail because of integrations, not because of applications. One logistics company had 14 point to point integrations, 6 nightly jobs, 3 risky CSV transfers, and 4 or 5 undocumented API calls. When we mapped this, the CIO finally saw why modernization felt like walking in the dark. This box reveals the real complexity in your modernization journey. Now, the third box is technology and architecture, languages, databases, hostings, cloud or on premises systems. This exposes outdated tech, unsupported systems, high maintenance cost, security risks, versioning issues, scalability limitations. One mid sized organization, they were into healthcare, realized their entire billing system was on a database no longer supported. Clarity saved them from a potential disaster. Box number four is business impact and pain points. This is the money box. This tells you why modernization matters, what causes delays, what frustrates the end users, what prevents AI, what slows teams down, and what creates operational risk. Now, a manufacturing client discovered that a single outdated workflow created almost 17 hours of manual work per week across the team. Modernizing that one flow saved them more than $60,000 in the first year itself. Why this framework works? Because in one page, your entire modernization reality becomes crystal clear. Leaders look at this canvas and immediately say, "Now I know exactly where to start." And that clarity is priceless. Now that you have mapped your landscape, the next step is prioritization. Modernization fails when everything becomes a priority. But here's what most people do not realize: the ROI of modernization is not in doing everything, it's in doing the right things. Your job as a leader is not to modernize everything, it's to modernize the systems that move the business forward. Let me share a real case study here. A national distribution company initially wanted to rebuild their CRM system, move their ERP system to the cloud, and build a mobile app. Also, along with it, they also wanted to replace their HRMS system and also create AI dashboards. Everything was urgent, everything was critical. After prioritization, we discovered only two systems were blocking AI. ERP migration could wait. CRM did not need rebuilding. Only UI and some workflows required changes. HRMS was low impact. By focusing on the top two priorities first, they got value in 90 days instead of 2 years. Clarity is about saying yes to this, no now to that. Let's now go through the exact tools we use to prioritize. This is called modernization priority matrix, my favorite clarity tool. It's simple, powerful, and gives you immediate direction. Let's walk through each quadrant. The first quadrant is on the left, green, high impact plus low complexity. This is the most important. This is the quick wins. These are your fast value items. Some examples could be automating a broken workflow, creating a low code portal, improving UX on a core process, or fixing bottlenecks in the integrations. One insurance company I know saved about $1.2 million by fixing only three small quick wins. These build momentum. Then the second box on the right is in blue color, high impact plus high complexity. These are your strategic projects. These are the backbone initiatives. Some of the examples there are cloud migrations, for example, rebuilding legacy modules, core system updates, data modernization. These define long term successes. Then you have the third box on the left below quadrant in yellow color. It's low impact and low complexity. This is usually optional. These are nice to haves. Do them only when the big priorities are under control. Now, then on the right hand side, you have a gray quadrant. This is low impact plus high complexity. These should be avoided. These are traps. Some examples could be rebuilding systems that don't create ROI, complex features nobody wants, projects pushed by vendors but not aligned with your internal strategy. Avoiding modernization waste is just as important as doing modernization right. Why this framework works is because it removes emotions and politics from decision making. Your team sees the map, your leadership sees the rationale, your vendors lose their influence. This grid gives you a clean, objective modernization direction instantly. Once you know your priorities, the next clarity question is how should we modernize each system? Here's the truth, not all systems deserve the same treatment. Some should be enhanced, some should be rebuilt, some should be moved to the cloud, and some should be integrated, and some should be replaced altogether. Let me show you an example. A mid sized company with about 12 systems using the framework we'll see now, they discovered four systems should be enhanced, not rebuilt. Three should be moved to the cloud, and two should be replaced with new SaaS applications. One should be wrapped with low code instead of rebuilding them, and one or two should be retired. This cut their modernization. Deciding the path is clarity in action. Let's look at the exact menu we use. This framework is the simplest way to choose the right modernization method. Let's walk through each of these six paths. So, path number one is enhance. Small fixes, performance improvements, automations, UI refreshes, useful when the system is stable but needs upgrades. Box number two is wrap and extend. Add new UI or workflows using low code. Expose legacy via APIs. Cheapest way to modernize legacy without touching core. Low risk, faster ROI. Then the third box is re-platform. Move to cloud or modern database. Lift and shift. makes systems scalable and AI ready. Then the next box is rebuild. Rebuild the system. UI workflows and logic, great for systems with outdated UX or business processes. Older applications built on legacy softwares. Low code often cuts this time and cost by 60 to 70%. Then the next one is replace. Replace with SaaS or pre-packaged solutions. CRM, HRMS, help desk, be often better to replace than to rebuild. Why build something what the entire world has already built? Then the last box says retire and consolidate. Remove old applications, merge duplicates, eliminate the clutter. One company retired 10 apps and saved $1.3 million in the first year itself. Why this framework is so powerful is because it instantly shows what to keep, what to fix, what to rebuild, what to replace, and what to retire. Most importantly, this turns the complexity into a simple modernization menu that any leader can follow very easily. We have now completed module 2, the heart of clarity program: mapping, prioritizing, choosing the right path. Once you have these three pieces figured out, modernization stops feeling overwhelming and starts becoming achievable. This completes the first major phase of the clarity program. Next, we are going to move into technologies that makes most modernization possible: AI, low code, and cloud.